Good evening, namaskar, vanakkam, welcome, and sat shri akal, marhaba, hola, and bonjour from your captain Shreyas, and welcome to NEET Enlite, the dedicated English medium channel for all the NEET as well as the JEE aspirants. So we have lots and lots of videos, playlists, and live sessions going on for all the kinds of students, be it 10th, 11th, and 12th, the passing out batch, as well as the droppers. So now, if you are a 12th or a dropper student preparing and aiming to clear the NEET 2022 with awesome, amazing 4 marks, then guys, this series is just for you. Welcome to the first mock test of the NEET exam. So let's begin with the class, and without wasting any time, let me quickly introduce myself because some of you might not know me. I am Shreyas. I am the physics master teacher, and you can call me Captain or Capto. And I have been teaching, training, mentoring kids for more than a decade, and I'm very happy thousands of my students are now in the top-notch institutes, the top-notch government colleges in our country. And I'm also happy that many of my kids have got awesome 2-digit All India ranks, and I'm pretty sure this year too, you guys are going to make me very, very proud, and we are going to have a fun party together as soon as your results are out too. Don't worry, we are also going to conduct counseling sessions on this channel, so make sure you are subscribed to the channel. You want to know more about me? Definitely you can log in to Instagram and check out my Instagram handle captain_Shreyas. Hello Priya, Naidu, Magita, Rani, Teen Boy, welcome aboard. And guys, do not forget to smash the like button as well. Let us just see who and all are live. Let's just welcome everyone. Hello sir. Assalam, walaikum assalam. I am very good, Teen Boy. I'm scared of physics, JEE mains exam only due to physics. So please attend all the mock tests, the sessions out here, and also make sure you watch my JEE crash course. There is a JEE crash course. Make sure you check that out as well. Hello Rudaya, hello Rani, hello everyone. So guys, if your test scores in your NEET mock tests are maybe even 50, 40, 70, don't worry. These mock tests are going to help you build that confidence, and I will eventually aim that you guys get at least 160 marks in your NEET physics exam. Remember, physics is the bottleneck. If you do well in physics, you will get easily 600 plus, 620 plus in your NEET exam, provided you are well versed with your bio subjects. Okay, so let's begin. Very excited, Magita. Cool like me. Just get into a good college, make good friends, and be under a good mentorship. I'm pretty sure you will be also cool. Thank you so much, by the way. Hello Krutika, and let's begin with the class. Is this useful for JEE? Yes, you can watch even if you are a JEE student. Okay, don't worry. All right, so let's begin with the class, guys. And remember, the entire PDF will be available in the Telegram channel. In case you want to solve it, just say as practice. Okay, so let's start with the first question, which says that what is the maximum value of the force so that both the blocks move together? So there are two blocks. Niche wala surface, the bottom surface is smooth. The surface in between has some friction. If both of them have to move together, so let's try to understand what it means. If both of them move together, you can consider it as a system. So you can consider the entire thing as a system, and it will be nothing but 2 plus 3, which is a 5 kg system. And there will be obviously some kind of acceleration, and there is a force acting on it. So using F is equal to ma, using net force is equal to mass into acceleration. The force acting I do not know, mass is 5, acceleration unknown. This is one set of equation that I get because they are moving together. Now the second piece of information, see, you should always learn to understand all the hidden meanings, or read between the lines, and try to make the best of the information from the question itself and looking at the options sometimes. The word maximum is used. Why would the word maximum be used? Because when you apply the force and you keep increasing the force, there's a good chance that the blocks might slip. And if you apply a large amount of force, obviously there will be relative motion between the blocks once the maximum friction is overcome. So when you are applying maximum force, that means the friction has reached its maximum value, the limiting friction. Beyond that, it cannot reach. So if one were to draw the 2 kg blocks free body diagram, it would look something like this. This is a 2 kg block. There is a force F acting on it. Obviously, there is going to be Fs max amount of friction, and that will be mu into N. Mu is given, I guess, somewhere there. Yes, it is 0.6. Normal force will be 2g. So 2g. So g is 10. 10 into 0.6 is 6. 6 into 2 is 12. So this is going to be just 12 Newton. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Hello Khushi, good evening. Hi Ravikiran, good evening. Yep, welcome aboard. Thank you so much Puneet Rajkumar. Oh my god, nice name by the way. Good evening Shiva Lakshmi. Hello. Alright. Now what you need to do is realize that even the 2 kg block is moving together. Remember, same acceleration. So do not forget that. So using the concept, net force is mass into acceleration. Net force, bigger force minus the smaller force. Which is the bigger force? F. Which is the smaller force? Fs max, which is 12, is mass into acceleration. But remember, acceleration is F by 5 from here. So I can just make use of acceleration as the force divided by 5. That's it from here. And let's continue. So take this guy on this side. So F minus 2F by 5 is equal to 12. So F minus 2F by 5, 5 minus 2 is 3. So it's just going to be 3F divided by 5 is equal to nothing but 12. Now 3 and 12 cancel and this will become 4. Therefore, F is going to be 20 Newton. That's the answer. And let's have a look at it. Where is the answer? Option D, of course. Yep, it is. So what did we learn from this question? There was a lot of information in the question which was not very apparent or which was, easily understood. The word maximum means that the friction is reached its maximum limit, it's about to slip. So that's why the friction between the blocks have shown it as Fs max. The second piece of information is they move together. That means both the blocks have the same acceleration. And I can treat them like a system as well. Cool? Very good, Naidu, Balamurgan, Master PL. I feel very happy when you guys answer, guys, because, it shows that, yep, you are listening, you are attentive, and also most likely you have got the same answer as me, or maybe you took some hints and then finally gave the answer. Either way, you're doing great job. Keep it up. The kinetic energy of a body is increased by 300%. The momentum of the body will increase by how much? Come on, I want you to figure this out as well. Meanwhile, I'll just wear my spectacles so that my eyes remain protected. J admit card, has it been released? I'm not sure. Good evening, Ravikiran, Hadpad. I am not sure, Satvik. I need to check on that. Maybe you can leave a comment. Okay, so come on, guys. Figure this out. Kinetic energy of a body is increased by some percentage. Momentum is increased by how much? What is the relationship between kinetic energy and momentum? I think you guys know it. Kinetic energy is the square of the momentum by 2m. Right? That is the formula. Now, think about it. It is clearly mentioned in the question. The kinetic energy is increased by 300%. So, if it was 100, it has been increased by 300. If it was 100, it has been increased by 300. So, the new kinetic energy is 400. It has become 4 times. Increased by 300% means the new kinetic energy has now become 4 times. Because that is addition of 300%. So this 4K becomes basically the new percentage 400%. It should release by today or tomorrow max. I mean, it's already very late. It should have released, Saya Kumar. Now, if the LHS changes by 400%, RHS should change by how much percent? LHS changes by 400% or goes to 400%, I would say. Then RHS should also change to 400% of its original value. Correct? Good evening, Uma. Now, out of these two, momentum has changed. So think about it. Even P square will become 400%. New value will be 400%. Correct, guys? 400%. 400% means 4 times. Momentum square has become 4 times 400%. That means momentum has become how many times? Think about it. The square of the momentum became 4 times. So the momentum would have become how many times? Obviously 2 number of times, 2 times. If it has become 2 times more, that means if it was 100, now it is 200. If it was 100, it is now 200. So that means how much is the increase? 100%. Hence the correct answer is option B. I hope that makes sense. It becomes 2 times. So it is a plus 100% increase. That's option B. It's a very simple percentage based question, logical question. This increases so many times, this will increase how many times. So it's very easy if you understand percentages. Otherwise you might get trapped into thinking something else. So the crux over here is that it has increased by. The word by is very important. That means the actual increase is 400%. Okay, cool. Let's move on. Now, a particle is located in 1D dimension potential field. The energy is given as a function of x like this. A and B are some constants. The equilibrium corresponds to which value of x? Okay. Now, the moment you see these kind of questions, you should be thinking of potential energy curves. And the moment you hear the word equilibrium, probably you should think about derivatives. If you recollect potential energy curves, if this is potential, this is x, then when you see that there is a point of minima, maxima, and you draw a tangent to it, the slope becomes 0. This is where you get equilibrium. This is where you get equilibrium, right? So the word equilibrium is used, energy as a function of x is given. So you basically need to look for the point where the slope is 0, basically the derivative. So let's try this out. Du by dx should be 0. Derivative of this guy, that means d by dx of, take that x square on the top, so it will be x raised to minus 2 minus, so I'm just splitting up, by d by dx of b into x to the power minus 3 is going to be 0. That's what it turns out to be. Remember, in derivatives, if there is a minus sign, you can split it up very easily. So the derivative of this guy, a is a constant, so comes outside. Minus 2 will also come outside. X to the power minus 2's derivative is nx raised to n minus 1. N is written out, so it will be x raised to minus 3. Minus b is a constant, comes outside. Minus 3 also comes outside. It will become x raised to minus 4 is equal to 0. Now minus into minus is plus. So I'm just going to write it as 3b. And x raised to 4, I'll just going to put it here. So it's a negative power, bring it down, it becomes positive power. This is minus sign. When it is taken on the other side, it becomes plus. 2 and a are constants, just put it as it is. X raised to minus 3, when it goes down, it will become x raised to 3. Fair enough. X raised to 3, x raised to 3 cancels. So you can clearly see 3b divided by x is equal to 2a. Therefore, x is equal to 3b divided by 2a. So this is the point of x where the slope becomes 0. That means you get equilibrium. Is there an option like that? Check it out. Very cool, guys. So many of you answered D. Very good, PL. Shivalakshmi, Puneet, excellente. Very good. Very good. NL, Balamurgan, excellente. Okay, great. Let's move on to the next question. Here it comes. A mass is supported on a frictionless horizontal surface. It is attached to a string and it is rotated about a fixed center at some angular velocity. If the length of the string and its angular speed has been doubled, the new tension will be how many times of T naught, if T naught is the original tension. So let's try to understand. If you take a mass, attach it to a string and make this mass go like this, then you will see that there will be tension in the string, and this tension T naught will be nothing but mass into the centripetal acceleration, because it's going in a circular path. So it is going to have centripetal acceleration, and therefore this tension will be m into omega square into the radius. That is what it's going to be. Now let's look at it in the second scenario. If the length and the speed both are doubled, if length is doubled and speed is doubled, then it will look something like this. This is the new tension. Omega now will become 2 omega naught square. Length has been doubled, so that means 2r. So this is just going to be m omega naught square into r. 2 square is 4, 4 2s are 8 into 8. But this term over here is nothing but T naught. So it is just going to be 8 times of T naught. So it's going to be 8 times. And do I have an option like that? Yep, again D out there. Very good. Excellent. Ravi Kiran, very good. You guys were fast. Very good. Bala Murugan, LN family. Excellent. Puneet, Shivalakshmi. Wow, you guys are really rocking it. Okay. So Venkat, I had given a timetable yesterday. Please follow that timetable. That will help you. Yesterday, guys, if you have not seen that timetable, it's a 1.5 minute video. Watch the timetable. You will see it's a balanced timetable of theory, revision, problem solving, assignments, strategy planning, attending lectures, everything. You will get 13 hours at least, Venkatar. Okay. So watch that. Moving on. A road is banked at an angle of 30 degrees to the horizontal for negotiating a curve of this much radius. What will be the velocity of a car so that it does not experience any kind of friction while going around the curve? So the speed with which the car should move so that there is no friction, that speed is called as a special thing. What's the name of it? What's the name of it? Last minute revision. Yes, I will be doing mock tests and stuff like that, Abdul. Don't worry. Yes, Insta Reels, if you want to watch it for Jade, definitely you can watch it. So that speed is called as, what is it called? It is called as the optimum speed. It is called as the optimum speed. And the formula for optimum speed is root of Rg tan theta, right? That's the formula. Now, is the radius known? I think so, it's given. Radius is 10 root 3. G value 10. Tan theta, that means it is tan of 30 degrees. Tan 30 is 1 by root 3. Root 3 and 1 by root 3 will cancel. So it will become just root of 100, which is 10 meters per second. But the options are in kilometers per hour. 10 meters per second is 36 kilometers per hour. As simple as that. Right? So you have meters per second converted into kilometers per hour. How do you do that? How do you do that? Multiply it by 18 by 5. So 10, you multiply it by this factor if you want to go from meters to kilometers. If you want to go from kilometers per hour to meters per second, multiplied by 5 by 18. So you should definitely remember that number 5 by 18 or 18 by 5. Moving on to the next question. Very good, Nanel family, Ravi Kiran, Puneet. Excellent, guys. Awesome. Most of you, Priya, Shivalakshmi, Noidu. Okay, I hope I have not missed any names. Balamurgan, excellent, excellent. Keep it up, guys. So there is a body which slides down a track and it goes like this. What is the max value of the radius so that it is able to complete the loop? Understand the question. This body is left from rest. It gains momentum. It gains energy, kinetic energy. And that kinetic energy should be enough for it to complete the loop. Now this is a circular track. And we all know for any object to complete a circular track, so that the normal force is always more than 0, it never loses contact, is the condition is, observe, what is the condition? The velocity at the bottom should be, how much? It should be root of 5 times of gr. This is the condition. If this is true, then it will never ever lose contact in that track. Same as a string which is there, pendulum, you give root 5 gl velocity, it will never lose contact. It will never become slack. Remember, root 4 gr is for a rod. Rod can bear the compression. It never becomes slack. So if it's a rod pendulum, then it is root 4 gr. For a string pendulum or for a track, it is root 5 gr. That's what you need to keep in mind. So whatever energy was there here converts into kinetic energy. So I can say the potential energy converts into kinetic energy. Potential energy was mgh is equal to kinetic energy, which is half m velocity square, which is root of 5 gr square. Now you can see mm will get cancelled, even g will get cancelled. So h will become 5 times r by 2. So therefore r will become 2h by 5. So 2 by 5 times of h. What's the value of h? H is just given to be 5 centimeters. So therefore it should be nothing but 2 centimeters, because this also is in centimeters. That's the answer. And do we have it? Option A. There you go, guys. As simple as that. Very good, NL family. No, Priya, Ajay, it's not C. It is option A. It's not 15 by 4. See where you made a mistake. So there are good chances you could have made a mistake here or somewhere else. Some people do it like this. MGH is mg2r. You just equate the energy here and energy here. Do not forget, at this point, it not only has potential energy, but it also has kinetic energy because it cannot lose contact. In fact, it has root gr velocity. So do not forget this. At the topmost point, it has root gr velocity apart from the potential energy that it has. Yeah, that's very important. Okay, standard question, but you should be aware of this kind of pattern of questions so that any variations come, you should be able to do it. Sometimes the variations can be, there is a block, there is a spring, you press the block against the spring and leave it. So how much should be the compression so that when you release it, it is able to complete the circular motion. So the only difference will be, instead of gravitational potential energy, it will be spring potential energy. That's all. So those kind of variations do come in this kind of pattern. Okay, moving on to the next one. If 13.6 electron volt energy is required to ionize hydrogen atom, then the energy required to remove an electron from helium from n is equal to 2 is how much? Okay, let's try to do this question. It's a brilliant question. Don't fall for the trap and don't make silly mistakes. So as per the question, 13.6 electron volt is the energy to ionize the hydrogen atom. That means energy of ionization, remember, will be nothing but minus 13.6 divided by n square, and you also have z square over here. Okay, now this is the energy in an orbit. When it is ionization energy, you just put a plus sign, because if it is negative energy, if you give that much positive energy, it comes out. So there is no minus sign when you put ionization, but if you put just the energy, then that minus sign is there. Okay, fair enough. Now for hydrogen it is given, fair enough, I don't care now. I just want to notice for the helium atom for n is equal to 2. So guys, for helium, what is the value of Z? What is the value of Z? Come on, put it up in the chat box, because I know you guys are going to make some mistake. So 13.6, what is the value of N? N is just 2. N is just 2. What is the value of Z? Z is also 2, right? Z is also 2, right? Very good. So 2 square and 2 square cancel. So what will happen? It will be 13.6 electron volt only. So that should be option B. Many students make a mistake out there and they write 3.4. Common mistake is forgetting that it was not hydrogen, it was helium. He and H looks very, very similar. In that exam tension, you will read it as hydrogen. Happens, right? Hasn't it happened to you? So many mistakes you would have made. And then you forget to multiply it by 2 square. So you'll get 13.6 by 2 square. And you'll get probably option C. Many students end up marking option C. That would be a wrong answer. Understood? So there is a Z square on the top. Do not forget it. Okay, keep this in mind. Let's move on to the next question. And if you're loving this session, if you're loving the questions, I hope you have already smashed the like button, because that's your Guru Dakshina while you're attending this class. So if you want more such sessions, you want me to conduct more such marathons, mock tests and revisions, make sure you have smashed the like button. And if you're watching this as a recorded, do not forget to leave a comment as well after the video ends. The above is a plot of a binding energy per nucleon against the nuclear masses A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay, so this is a question on radioactivity, nuclear physics and all of that. So there are some reactions given, 1, 2, 3, 4. Some energy is going to come out. So which reactions energy is positive? That means it will release energy. In which reactions will it release energy? 1, 4, 1, 3, 2, 4, 2, 3. Brilliant question. Let's see how many of you can do this. Balamurgan saying option A. I don't know. You guys figure it out. Which reactions do you think it's going to release the energy? A, B, C. The peak is somewhere here. This is energy per nucleon. This is mass. Remember one fact, that the binding energy per nucleon always gives you the stability. And if stability is more, then remember the energy which is released is also more. Then energy is in fact released. Okay, if it becomes more stable, it releases energy and goes to a lower value. Now if you look at the first and the second reaction, A plus B, A, B and C giving B and A and B combining to give C. Which of them is more likely? I feel C is more stable. I feel C is more stable because you can see the binding energy per nucleon, the energy which is going to come out is higher at C. So A and B would in fact love to combine and become C and release that energy. So because the binding energy per nucleon is higher for C, that means it releases the energy and it becomes more and more stable. As you reach here, the stability increases, energy is definitely going to be released. I hope that makes sense. And similarly, if you look for between D, E and F, so you have D, you have E and F. Will D and E combine together to give you F, or will F decompose to give you D and E? Well, if you look at it again, D and E are more stable. So you would love to form D and E rather than form F. So F will convert into D and E, and then it will also release some energy. Reason being, these products are definitely more and more stable. So as the stability increases, more energy is released and you bring it down to lower energy levels. Is that making sense? So which of the reactions, guys, 1 and 4 is it? Just check it out. F giving D and E. Yes, F is giving D and E, and A and B together giving C. Yep, both the reactions are correct. Option A it is. It's a beautiful question on analysis of graphs. So a lot of people do not take care of the graphs. They do not realize the importance of these graphs, not just in this chapter, but any chapter. They can give you questions on analysis of graphs as well. Next question. Oh, again a graphical question. See this. Heat is flowing through a conductor of certain length from 0 to length L. If the resistance is uniform, which of the following graphs is correct? Meaning there is a object and heat is flowing in and heat is flowing out. This is uniform, so that the resistance, thermal resistance, is also same. This is X is equal to 0. This is X is equal to L. Which of the following graph is correct for temperature versus X? Oh, this is standard, guys. If the heat is going in and heat is coming out, heat comes out, heat goes in, and if you place thermometers or if you check the temperature, you will always see the temperature on this side. Let's say it is hot, this is cold. So temperature will gradually reduce. In fact, this graph will always be a straight line. The temperature graph will always be a straight line. It can't be this, it can't be this, it can't be this, it can be only this. It has to go from hot body to the cold side. X is equal to 0 is hot, X is equal to L is cold. So hot to cold. Heat always goes from hot to cold. So that's why it should be higher and then it should be lower. This is not true because the graph is not a straight line. Okay, it's not a straight line. This is not a straight line, so this is invalid. You can see there is a curviness. This graph will always be straight. In fact, the slope of this graph is called dt by dx. Do you know the word for it, guys? Okay, so do you know the word for it? Okay, it's option C, like I just showed you. It is not A and B because here it is cold, here it is hot, but actually heat is flowing from hot to cold. So A and B is eliminated. Option C is correct. This is called as temperature gradient. Temperature gradient. Keep this in mind. This is called as temperature. Rate of change of temperature with distance. It's called as temperature gradient. So I hope you guys understood why A and B are not correct, because it is wrong physically only. This is cold, this is hot. This is wrong because formula wise temperature gradient is a straight line for uniform bodies. Okay, moving on to the next one. This is a brilliant question, I guess. Okay, nice to see you draw and draw back. Ravi Kiran, no, it's not A, it's C. Very good, Naidu. Excellent, boys and girls. Find the current in this resistor. A lot of you are going to waste time by solving it by KVL and KCL, but I'm not going to do that. In fact, I'm going to convert this circuit into a simpler circuit. I see 2 batteries, 2 branches, and 1 resistor. How about converting it into just 1 resistor over here like this? And how about writing it like this? Okay, so this is our 2-volt battery with some resistance, 2 volt and 3 ohm resistance. Okay, and this one Okay, this is your 4-volt battery and some resistance. How much is it? 6 ohms. Okay, and that's it. This is going to 2 ohm. This is obviously I1, and I is through 2 volt. This is I, and obviously this is I minus I1. Look at this diagram and look at this diagram. Is there any difference? Let me know. Is there any difference between this diagram and this diagram? The currents come from these two batteries, go here. The currents come from these two batteries and go like this. It's just that this battery, I have placed it here. This branch, I have brought it down here along with the 4 volt. That's all I have done. Isn't it same? Everybody agrees with this fact. Now, these two batteries can be combined into one single battery like this. You can write it as one single battery, one single EMF. So this is your 2 ohm, this is your effective EMF, and this is your effective resistance. That's it. As simple as that. This conversion is very important. These problems are standard. It's not like you have to think in the exam. If you have solved these kind of questions, immediately you know these two batteries are in parallel. Will you draw this and this in the exam? No. Why am I showing them here? For your understanding. So that when you practice problems, you know what you are doing. And when you are seeing the solution, of course, you should know what we are doing exactly. Now, once you know this, you should know the formula for the effective EMF. The formula for effective EMF is E1 by R1 plus E2 by R2 divided by 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. Now, what is E1? E1, I can take it as 2. So, this is 2 by R1. R1 is 3. E2 is 4. R2 is 6 divided by 1 by R1. R1 is 3 and 1 by R2, which is 1 by 6. Now be careful with the signs. This signs can be plus or minus. At the bottom it is always plus. At the bottom when you add resistors it should be always plus. On the top EMFs can be plus or minus because some batteries can help, some batteries can oppose. So look at 2 volt and 4 volt. 2 volt is this way, 4 volt is that way. So if 2 is plus, 4 should be minus. 4 should be minus. So 2 by 3 and 4 by 6. Oh, wait a minute. 4 by 6 is 2 by 3. So 2 by 3 and 2 by 3 cancels. The answer should be 0. Answer is 0. Everybody got it? I hope this is clear. Dinesh, the one-shot series is already done, bacha. Don't watch 0 to superhero. There is 0 to hero series. Okay? All the one-shots are there. All the one-shots are there over there. Okay? So you can watch it out there. Yep. So what will be the answer if there is no EMF effectively? Rather, this battery and this battery cancel their EMFs. Cancel their EMFs. How much will be the current? There will be no current in that. Zero current. As simple as that. So that's why it's a beautiful question. Imagine how much time will you waste if you solve it by KVL and KCL. But how much time did I take if I know that this is a standard problem and these two batteries are in parallel? So this is the formula. I will directly start with this step. I won't even write this in the exam. This, why did I write? To show you the formula. In the exam, do you really think in the rough sheet I will write this whole thing? No ways. I don't know. I don't think I will write it. Okay, so I'll just start with this. Next step I get 0. Okay, 0, done. Within 20 seconds, I would be done with this problem. Within 20 seconds. Hence the answer is 0. Cool, my warriors? Yep. So the direction of current is not needed because no current is flowing. Sanju is asking, sir, for NEET exam, NCERT line to line is important or NCERT examples, back exercises? Okay, Sanju and others. Guys, this is the most common misconception which many people have. Should NCERT be done and is it enough? Number one, and please get it in your head, it's never enough. NCERT is not the best book for NEET exam. Guys, it is H.C. Verma. Okay, number one. Now it's too late to switch to H.C. Verma. So what you should do in the last few weeks, it is problem solving only. If you do not know the theory, if you see, oh my God, I do not know anything about standing waves or I have forgotten standing waves, then go to a video lecture, one shot. Don't sit and read now. Now is not the time to read NCERT. NCERT flow is very horrible. You will not really understand what is happening out there. Yeah, for facts, figures, experiments, diagrams, definitions. For that, NCERT is very important. You must do facts, figures, diagrams, formulas, or those factual based where things can't be dicey. There is no concept in that. But when you have to understand, go with lectures, the notes, if needed, HC Verma, only that part, or just the class notes. More than enough for this point of time. At this point of time, it's not about underlining and all of that. A lot of people waste their time, but actually you should be solving lots and lots of questions, guys. So please understand, NCERT is not a great book for NEET Physics. It's just okay, but not sufficient. Is that okay, guys? Yep, you can watch my nurture series for NEET. Definitely, bacha. Definitely. Okay. I've not completed some chapters in class 11. Can I still attend this mock test? Yes, no problem, Dinesh. You will never feel satisfied completely. You will always feel that something is remaining. So it's okay. You have to give mock tests. Okay. Even if 5 chapters are remaining, you have to give mock tests. You will realize certain concepts. No problem, Saja. Awesome, Sanju. Then you are going to rock it. Awesome. You have done a very good job in a timely manner, Sanju Jerry. Keep it up. Okay. Okay, so in a NPN transistor, the collector current is 10 milliamperes. 95% of the electrons emitted reach the collector. Which of the following statements are true? Okay, let's try to do this. NPN transistor, collector current is this much. 95% of the electrons emitted reach the collector. So basically, 95% of the emitter current is the collector current as per the given question. 95% of the electrons reach the collector. Now, collector current is already given. Where is it? 10 milliamperes. So the emitter current, 95%, 95 by 100 of emitter current is collector current. That means it is 10. So emitter current is nothing but 100 into 10 divided by 95. So I don't think it will be 8 milliamperes or anything. So just check this out. It will be slightly more than 10. Now 100 by 95 is like 1 point something. So just check it out. It should come close to, I think, 10.53. 10.53. So 10.53 milliamperes. That is what IE will be. And we all know IE is the collector current plus emitter current is collector current plus the base current. So if this is 10.53 and IC is nothing but 10, so how much will be IB, guys? IB will be obviously 0.53 milliamperes. That's it. That's the answer. Just check it out. Which option will be correct? Option B, right? The emitter current will be this much. The base current will be 0.53 milliamperes. Done, done, done. Simple ratio proportion, and this is the formula which you should know. Emitter gives collector and base, take away that current. So emitter is collector plus base current. If you know that, you get the answer correctly. Okay. What is the net force and torque on the following diagram? Current is going. There is a loop carrying current. What do you think is the net force and the torque? First of all, because of this current which is going in this direction, hold your right hand thumb in the direction of the current. The fingers will curl like this. So there is magnetic field around that wire. So that magnetic field, when it reaches here, it will go inside the plane of the board. As you go far away, the field will reduce. So here it is strong, here it is weak. Cool? Fair enough. Now let's talk about the force. Remember, the force is given by I, L cross B, length cross B. Now, if you take this length and the magnetic field is inside, length is there, magnetic field is inside, the force will come to be this way. The force will come out to be this way. Okay, length is there because current is going that way. Length, use your right hand, length cross B. Where is B? Inside. Okay. Now, I have a trick for you. You don't have to use this formula 4 times. If you have used it once and you know the direction, you can automatically guess the direction for all the other sides. If it comes outside for even one side, for everything else also it is outside. Keep this in mind. So if it is out, here also it will be out, here also it will be out, here also it will be out. If this came inside, everything will be inwards always for a magnetic field like this. Now, the trick is this force and this force will be equal. Because magnitude wise, this is the same. So obviously it will be same. Direction wise, it is opposite. This and this won't be same. Here, the force will be more. This will be higher force. Reason the field is strong. Here, this force will be lower. So you will see that the net force on this, will be attractive. So net is this way. So it will definitely attract that loop. It will be attractive. Torque wise, well, obviously you can see magnetic field is inside. You can clearly see that magnetic field is inside. Magnetic field is inside, and the magnetic moment of that loop, is also inside. Check this out. Because if you curl your fingers, the magnetic moment is also inside. So if magnetic moment is parallel to magnetic field, theta is 0, torque is obviously 0. Torque is mb sine theta, do not forget that. Theta is 0, sine theta is 0. Hence, it will be attractive, but torque will be 0. It's attractive, it is towards the wire, but the torque is 0 because remember, torque is mb sine theta. Torque will not be there. Many students make a stupid mistake over here. So guys, remember the formulas. Magnetic moment, a current carrying loop behaves like a magnet. So the moment of that, curl your fingers in the direction of the current, the thumb points in the direction of the magnetic moment. Field is also inside, theta is 0, gone. There is no torque. Okay? Yep, bacha, I will be doing lots and lots of mock tests, Sai Kiran. And Sai Kiran, if you want 20 mock tests with all India level ranking, make sure you are a part of the NEET crash course, which is going on right now. All the best teachers are there, all the teachers you know only are there. Make sure you are a part of that. Apart from the YouTube mock test, you need to give those timed mock tests where you get all India level ranking, you know where you stand, you get that detailed analysis. So bacha, please try your best as much as possible. Next question, a point object is placed at this much distance from a plano-convex lens, and the question says that if the focal length of the plano-convex is this much, the plane surface is silver, the image will be formed at. Acha, you know what? Whenever I see this kind of question, what I do? The first thing, it's a plane mirror, right? What does a plane mirror do? Whatever is there in the front, it puts it behind, right? Yeah, it is useful, Bavitra. Yes, JEE students can definitely watch it. Questions are, physics is physics, laws are same. Okay. So, whatever is there in the front, it will push it behind, reflect as it is. So, how about making this diagram as, instead of one convex lens, it will become a double convex lens. And this is your object O, okay, as it is. And now it has become just a convex lens. Remember, in the end, because I have opened it up, I will again close it back later on, not now. For now, I'll just analyze it like this. Acha, the focal length of the plano-convex is 15. What will be the focal length of the convex lens? Use your formula. Plano-convex lens plus plano-convex lens is that convex lens. So, the focal length, the new focal length will be how much? 1 by f plus 1 by f. That means it will be 2 by f. That means it will be 2 by focal length is 15. So 1 by the new focal length will be 2 by 15. That's something which you should understand. It has now changed. It's no longer the same. Because whatever is there in the front, you have replicated it behind. Now solve the question as if it's a normal lens question. This is the object distance. How much is the object distance? I think it is 20 centimeters, but it is negative because this is this side. Where is the image formed? So I think I can use 1 by v minus 1 by u is equal to 1 by f. So therefore 1 by v is equal to 1 by f plus 1 by u. Substitute everything. 1 by focal length. 1 by the new focal length, by the way. This is new focal length. So what is the new focal length? It is nothing but, check it out, 2 by 15. So put 2 by 15 over here. Plus 1 by u. So what is u? U is minus 20. Okay guys, take LCM. So LCM is obviously going to be 60. So 15 4s are 60. So 2 4s are 8 minus, this will become 3 times 23s are 60, so this is minus 3. So this is going to be 5 by 60, which is going to be 1 by 12. So V will be 12 plus centimeters. That means the final image is formed over here. The final image is going to be formed over here. This is 12 centimeters. But remember, this diagram was an opened up version of this diagram. This was an opened up version. Although the image is formed here for a convex lens, when you pull it back, it will be formed here. Remember, you have to close it back because there was a mirror there. So close it back, it will be formed over here. So where that image is formed, 12 centimeters to the left of AB, to the left side of AB, not to the right side. A lot of people think it should be 12 to the right side. Sneha, the crash course fees is 8,100 after you use the discount coupon code SHHPRO. Okay, before that it's around 9,000. So that is the live crash course fees which is right now going on. The link is there in the description box. If you're not able to find it, leave a comment, I'll help you out. Is that fine, guys? Oh, by the way, in the crash course there are around more than 60 or 70 assignments at least for all the chapters, all the units, all the subjects. So even if you finish the mock test within next few days, you will still be busy till the last exam, even if it is JEE or NEET, by solving those assignments. Remember, last moment you should not be solving books if too many books are remaining, because you will never be able to complete all the books. Main thing is solve variety, nail it, solve the correct problems which will and may come high weightage in the JEE or NEET exam. You have to tactfully play with it, else you will keep on solving so many questions. Yeah, you should have done it last 2 years. If you're not done it, it's okay. Solve it tactfully, which are most probable. No need to do everything. Play on marks, not on knowledge. See, a lot of people think I should do everything. No, you might not be able to do everything, but if you are able to tactfully play with marks, you will get very high score. Even a student with very high knowledge, but he does not know how to answer the paper, that's it, gone. You will get less marks. But you have decent knowledge, 60%, 70%. You can get as good as 600 marks, 550 marks. That's how it is. All of a sudden, the radius of the earth decreases. Then angular momentum will, angular speed will, time period will, energy and angular momentum will. I'm so glad, Shaikh. Okay, all of a sudden the radius of the earth decreases. The meaning of this is the moment of inertia decreases. And what is angular momentum? Moment of inertia into omega. But the angular momentum always is conserved for an isolated system. So if it is conserved, then what does it mean? If the moment of inertia decreases, only one thing should increase. So this should definitely increase. So angular speed will increase. That's it. Energy, momentum, even energy may not remain same. So in this process, energy does not remain same. Angular momentum remains constant. A lot of people think energy also remains constant, and many people get confused between option B and option D. The reason why energy does not remain constant is because you need some energy to shrink the earth. So there is some amount of work done in that. So that's the reason why you cannot conserve energy where momentum is conserved. Moving on to the next question. Here it comes. Very good, Shivalakshmi Balamurgan. How about this one, guys? There are two sources, S1, S2, separated by 3 meters. There is a point D at 4 meters. The wavelength is this much. Resultant intensity is how much? Well, if you need the intensity, given each intensity is I0, I know what I should do. The resultant intensity is I1 plus I2 plus 2 root I1 I2 cos phase difference. Oh, but I do not know phase difference. That's a problem. How do I find out phase difference? Well, that's another story. The phase difference is given by 2 pi by lambda into delta x. That's the phase difference. But do I know the part difference? Oh, I do not know the part difference. So another story now. How do I find the part difference? Well, one of the wave goes like this. Another wave goes like this. So how much is this distance? This is 3, this is 4. Obviously, this is 5 meters. This is 4, this is 5. So delta x will be bigger length the wave has to travel minus the shorter length, which is 4. So it is just 1 meter. Interesting. So how about putting 1 meter over here and seeing what we get? 2 pi by lambda is the lambda given. The wavelength is 4 meters. So 4 and this is 1. Oh, interesting. So this is going to be pi by 2. Okay, this is pi by 2. Oh, I know phase difference, so how about putting it back over there? So let's see what do we get. Therefore, I will be equal to, remember both the intensities are I naught, it is clearly mentioned. So it will be I naught plus 2 into root I naught cos, this is pi by 2. Oh, cos 90 is 0, so this is just going to be I naught plus 0, because cos 90 is 0, so this is just going to be 2 I naught. That's the answer. Simple 3 formulas I have used, nothing else. 2 I naught, you can see that. So you have to think backwards. So this was backward thinking. I need this, so I need this. So if I need that, I need this. If I need this, then I need this. So backward thinking also helps certain times. Okay, you have to think and explore all kinds of possibilities. Standard question which you should know. Moving on to the next one. There is a source of sound frequency this much placed inside water. So there is water, there is a source which is placed inside of it. Now the sound speed in water is this much, in air is this much, frequency of sound as recorded outside. So as soon as this sound reaches outside, this is water, this is air, what do you think will happen? What is the frequency of an observer who is standing inside air? Come on, my warriors. Welcome, Sneha. I'm so glad. Enjoy, bacha. I want you to enjoy learning. I want you to learn. And really, I'm looking forward for that day when you actually crack NEET or JEE, whichever exam you're giving, and we all celebrate together. It will be amazing day. Trust me. I don't want to waste too much time thinking about it because it will be fun. Really looking forward to meet all of you for the celebration day, guys. I'm doing bits in chemistry and biology, but coming in physics, it's somewhat problems. Hi Kiran, solve problems. If the problem is the problem, solve problems. Follow my timetable. I had given a 1.5 minute video yesterday. Just check it out. Follow in the morning, lots and lots of problems, and make sure that you see solved examples after some time. So also watch video lectures where you see teachers, how they are solving, like you are seeing me solve the problems. Understand why I'm doing what I'm doing. And then when you see solved examples, you get a hang of it, try some manipulations, and then solve lots and lots of problems on your own. Solve simple problems, it's okay. No need to solve difficult if you don't have confidence. Okay, let's do this. 3000? Well, guys, the question answer is 600. Remember, when medium changes, what else changes? The first thing is speed. Obviously, the speed also changes. Wavelength also changes, but it's only the frequency which remains constant. This is true for light, it's also true for sound, it's also true for any other wave. If there is a string and there is a wave going on the string, suddenly the string becomes thick, the frequency will never change, it's the wavelength and the speed which will change. Keep that in mind. So frequency will still remain 600. This was just a trick question because many people make some mistake. Hi Vedant, welcome. Moving on to the next one. Wow, a man measures the time period of a pendulum in a lift, which is this much. If the lift moves up, then what is the new time period? Let's start with the first case. The initial time period will be 2 by root L by G when you are basically at rest. Now what you do, you take that pendulum and you are in a lift which basically accelerates upwards with G by 4. Now what happens for a person inside, the effective gravity perceived will be G plus A or G minus A. Should I put plus A or should I put minus A? Remember, plus is when gravity perceived is more. If the lift goes up, pseudo force is down. Pseudo force is down, weight is also down, it will add. If the lift accelerates down, pseudo force is up, weight is down, it will subtract. So it is plus when it goes up and it is minus when you go down. So guys, it will be G plus G by 4, which is basically 5G by 4. So in this formula of the time period, instead of G, what you are going to put is nothing but 5G by 4. Now I can separate few things like 2 pi root L by G and separate that 4 by 5 over here. You know what is this? Look at that, 2 pi root L by G, that is nothing but the time period as over here. So the remaining part, root of 4 by 5, root of 4 is 2, root of 5 is root of 5. That's it. So that is your new time period, 2t by root 5. Excellent. That's it, 2t by root 5. Wow, such a cool question. Very good. All my warriors, excellent. It became really easy. Awesome. Now, what about more questions where you can test in a timed manner? Well, let me show that where you can find all these questions which I have for you. Just go below in the description box and check out free mega mock test. This is a free mega mock test. Make sure you click on this link and you can say click on this and say start the test. You can see the total duration of the paper is 200 minutes. There will be 200 questions, 180 questions need to be answered, section A 35 questions, exactly NEET pattern. Imagine a free mega mock test just for you. Okay, right now I'm logged in into the teacher account, so that's why it is not opening, but yes, if I was as a student it will open. Okay, now not just this, remember you have the live as well as the light crash course. Both the crash courses are there. So if you go for the live crash course, which is going on live right now with all the best teachers, you can see everything. Apart from the mock test, you're going to get live classes, recorded versions of that as well, PDFs, notes, handwritten form, also study material, 2000 plus top questions by all our experts, 180 plus assignments, class notes, recordings, test series, mock test with all India rank comparison, tips and tricks strategy sessions, doubt solving also available within this, all of this for 8,100. If you can just go click on this, you can see you have saved already 900 rupees. Multiple options are available for you, net banking, phone pay, whatever. Okay, the coupon code to be used is SHHPRO, so that any difficulty, any problem, you can always get in touch with me and I'll be there to help you. Okay, so thank you very much. I'll be seeing you again very soon. It was an awesome session. I'll be uploading the PDF in the Telegram channel as well. Do join it. Bye bye, take care, stay safe, and you have anything else to say, do let me know in the comment section. I'll be reading all your comments. Thank you for liking and thank you for subscribing. Hasta la vista, Captain Shreyas signing off.